Good morning. Good morning. I love you folks. I come in here, I say, how you doing? And I know most of you are looking for a job. And I say, how you doing? They say, doing great. How long have you been out? Oh, a couple of years now. And I know that's hard. It's really hard. But you put on a good face, and you've got to keep on doing that. So today, I'm going to disappoint you a little bit, because Judy and I started working on this early summer. And the problem? There's so much more than big data that we're going to talk about big data, but other things have started to happen. And the things that are happening are changing so fast that I didn't finish updating what I first started writing until this morning at 12:30 a.m. because so much happened since last Wednesday that I had to change probably 20% of the slides. Do you believe it's changing that quickly? It is, and it's for the better. So what we're going to do today is I'd like to go back to 2010, really 2-3 years ago, and say, what were they thinking was going to happen by 2020? And then what I learned from there is like, you'll get it. And I ended up going to 2030 and saying, what do they think is going to happen by 2030? And we're going to learn some remarkable things that we need to be doing now based on what those projections are and how they've come into being. So we're going to go to 2010 and say, what did they think? 2030. And what are the game changers? You want to know the game changers, right? We're here today because of game changers. So we're going to look at 6 game changers and what they mean. And then how should we be thinking about future employment? Anybody in here not thought about their future employment today? You have. When we say future employment, we could be talking about this afternoon. So I'm hoping that today is relevant. I hope today scares you to death. So much so that you think, wow, I have work to do. Because when we have work to do and we know what to do and where to go about it, it brings hope, doesn't it? It's when you get up and you don't know what you should be doing that day because nothing has worked in the past. So I'm hoping today gives you some direction in terms of the future so that you are never in this kind of a room again. Okay? So here we go. Projections for 2020. This book was written in 2009, published in 2010. Very important book. It received the Axiom Award for books, the 2020 workplace, and you can go online and there's a whole culture based on the 2020 workplace. So I thought we better look at that, right? Wow. Written by Jeannie Meister, international leader in corporate operations, co-founder of the Future Workplace, one of the top 20 most influential corporate training people. This is a heavyweight person, right? In the space. Her colleague, Dr. Carrie Williard, Chief Learning Officer at SuccessFactors, Sun Microsystems, Selectron, blogs for the Harvard Review. These are heavyweights. These are smart people. What did they think 4 years ago was going to be happening in 2020? Let's look. They came up with 8 perspectives of things that would change. And we're going to look at each one briefly. And we're going to ask, is that now? Or is that going to happen in 2020? First one is shifting demographics. You've heard of millennials? There's a lot of them out there. And the people I talk to say, you know, I'm in my 50s and I can't get a job because those millennials are out there taking my job. They're at 54% unemployment or underemployment. They are not getting the jobs right now. It's not them. And if you're 50 years old, I hope I say this 10 times, someone can count. You are one of the best positioned people looking for work. 50 years and older. And everyone says, really? That can't be true. 4 years ago, it was not true. Today, it is true.